Hey guys, and welcome back to United Rawtics. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about obviously some Manchester United news. The past few games have been really good. Obviously, Michael Carrick just got the job as an interim coach, and I'm going to be talking about his time so far at the club and his relationship with certain players like Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo, Brandon Mbeumo especially, because he's made some changes to the team. Obviously, we've had Ruben Amorim before, who wasn't flexible with his system, and that led to his downfall ultimately. So, having a good manager that can actually adapt to the strengths of his players is really important, I think. Yeah, obviously, he was the interim coach when Oli left initially. He was Oli's assistant coach, and obviously under Oli we played some really good football. Like sometimes he was he wasn't consistent, let's put it that way. Obviously Oli got sacked, then Hag came in, and then he got a job for Middlesbrough. He got a Middlesbrough job, and obviously he has some experience coaching Middlesbrough, and he took that experience to Manchester United, and I believe that United are playing better now. Playing better now, obviously. The team is set up in a sort of 4-2-3-1 formation. But if you actually watch the game really well, you can see that without the ball, we're set up in a 4-2-3-1, and with the ball, we're set up in a 4-2-2. Obviously, you have Bruno Fernandes and Brian Mbeumo up top, and then the midfield of Patrick Dorgu, Kobe Mainoo, Casemiro, and Amad Diallo, and the back four of Diogo Dallo, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw. So I feel like the team has been playing really well. Obviously, he has more options to pick from. But unfortunately, like I said in the last video, Patrick Dogu picked up an really unfortunate injury that's going to keep him for up to 10 months, sorry, 10 weeks out. That's just over 2 months. So it's going to be a huge miss. Obviously, football can be a really cruel sport at times, and sadly, he has picked up an injury that's going to keep him out for some time. Just when he started to pick up good momentum, unfortunately, he got an injury and he's going to be out for some time. So we have to cope with that. We have to cope with that, obviously. We have Matheus Cunha who can do the role. So I think we'll be good. But obviously, we're going to miss something from Patrick Dogu now that he's out. So now I'm going to be talking about, obviously, Brandon Mbeumo. Brandon Mbeumo, we didn't really see him as a striker, and we signed him as a number 10. We signed him to play in the right-sided 10 position. Obviously, we had Ahmad that was playing in the right wing back position, good in attacking and also good defensively. So Brandon Mbeumo was sort of the right 10 that we needed. Obviously, we had Canacho, Anthony, and all those lot last season, but they weren't good enough. And bringing in Matheus Cunha and Brandon Mbeumo was really good business from Manchester United. And obviously, if you look at Mbeumo, the right-sided 10 obviously needs to play inside more, inside forward, more like a 10. The 10 plays centrally. But Mbeumo, obviously, he's used to that in his days at Brentford. He's used to playing in the wing. He's like a touchline winger to get the ball, go at the defender, dribble, put crosses in, try and shoot. So that's basically Brian Mbeumo's bread and butter. Like that's what he likes to do. And obviously, playing him in the right 10, it wasn't really it wasn't really his best position, let me say, because obviously he plays like a striker. If he had the height of Benjamin Sesko, I think he would be one of the best strikers in the world because obviously as a striker in the current day, you need to be really tall. You need to be at least 6 foot tall. You need to be able to occupy defenders. That being because obviously the defenders are really big now. So I feel like Brandon Mbeumo would be a really good striker for us. Obviously, you have the likes of Alvarez, who's also short. Like he's not the biggest of players, but he does the job for Atletico Madrid. And that's similar to Brandon Mbeumo because Brandon Mbeumo, he's a player that likes to make lots of runs. I think if you look at the stats in the Premier League and in the team, he's the player that has made lots of runs into the opposition box. I think he even makes more runs or close to the same runs as Benjamin Sesko. So that tells you a lot about the kind of player we have in our side. Obviously, a player that likes to make runs in behind. We have the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, that can feed those kinds of players. So I feel like Michael Carrick did a really good job in taking the risk of pushing Brandon Bomo into the number 9 position for these past few games. Obviously, it was really harsh on Benjamin Sesko because obviously he started to pick form. I think he scored 2 goals against Burnley, against Brighton. He scored a header in the last minute or so, but it wasn't enough to keep us in the FA Cup. Yeah, so it was really harsh on Benjamin Sesko. But obviously, he's still a young striker, still trying to learn his trade, still trying to improve and get better. And I'm sure he's going to have a lot of time to improve, especially if we are able to qualify for the Champions League next season, because obviously we need results and we can't afford to take risks on certain players. So I think Michael Carrick did a good job in picking Brandon Mbeumo in as the number 9. Obviously, he's played really well in that position. He scored 2 fantastic goals and he's been really good. Now I want to talk about Michael Carrick as a manager. Obviously, we had Ruben Amorim before, who was stubborn with his system, but Michael Carrick has been open to new ideas. Obviously, we know the traditional way of the Manchester United play with wing backs and full backs. They like to put crosses in the box, and obviously, the past few games we've seen that. Because obviously, we switched to a back four, overlapping fullbacks who put a cross in, and it was even more like well, similar to the traditional United side. Obviously, we had the likes of Ryan Giggs on the left, who put crosses into the box for the strikers, and this time around we had Patrick Dorgu, who's obviously a left footer who plays on the left hand side. So it was good for the coach to get that right. Obviously, he's open to ideas, and if you listen to his press conference, he's trying to get the best out of the players. He's trying to play to their strengths because obviously, Ruben Amorim has said that the players aren't good enough. They're bad. This is the worst United side in history. But we actually have some really talented players. We have a good young up and coming striker that can become one of the best in the world. We have good attacking midfielders in Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha. We made some really good signings last summer, and it's all about getting the best out of them. And I think Michael Carrick will be able to do the job. And now looking ahead, we obviously have a game against Fulham on Sunday. That's going to be a really difficult game because United tends to lose the small games, like the games that nobody expects us to win. United win somehow. We come up with a good performance and actually get the win. But in the game that everybody expects us to win, we lose or we draw, we underperform. So I feel like the game against Fulham is a bigger game because obviously the pattern has repeated many times. So let's see if the players have actually learned their lessons. Yeah, so those are my thoughts about the game. Michael Carrick is coming. He's been fantastic. The players have responded really well. Is this just to manage a bounce, or is this going to carry on for the rest of the season? Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.